here we go, guys. Another one from the series we have from Vishnu Warrior, the book tournament guidebook. Today we're talking about the bishop pair, right? The bishop pair, the pair of bishops, the bishop pair, the pair of the bishops of the pair, right? Very nice. Two bishops, two times, two chains, two bishops. Okay, so we're about to talk about that today. Now today's game is actually Vishwanathan Anand, former world champion, versus Joe Latier. I think this was in the 90s, 1997. This game is absolutely ridiculous. Oh my goodness. In fact, he's actually went over this himself. Vishy did. So let's check this game out. Let's see what we got. Here it is. It's a miniature in a way. It's 25 moves. Watch this. E4, D5. Oh my goodness, bro. Okay. Number one, you are 100% for playing this against Anand. Number two, this opening is 100%. Number three, I'm going to just say that you, just because you played this, right? So E4, D5 is you already know what it's about to be. It's about to be nasty right now. Shout out to all the Scandi fans out there, okay? Scandyland, right? All that other stuff. Yeah, JB, John Bartholomew. Shout out to my guy, right? But we definitely going to hit you with one of these. Okay, yeah, you're not John Bartholomew, so do not be playing this opening. Now, okay, here we go. E4, D5, takes, right? And then what do you play here? John Bartholomew about to come for you. Yeah, shout out to JB, bro. JB is that guy. I'm not even gonna lie. JB is a triple OG. You know, if there's anything over that, that's what he is when it comes to YouTube and streaming. Like, he been here before everybody got here. So, just so you know, JB is that guy. Okay, what do you play here, chat? What do you do? Scanny trash? Yeah, that's wrecked this opening. Does happen. You will get wrecked if you don't know what you're doing, right? So what do you play, guys? Standard stuff. Knight C3. I see another Knight C3. Anything else, chat? You play any other moves in this position? What's up, Samson? T Judah, my guy. Knight C3, Queen D8. Okay, JB is that guy, pal. Yeah, he's fire. Yeah, so Knight to C3. It is. This is standard, right? You can also play. There's lines with Knight F3. You can play D4. Weirdly C4, but. Knight C3. King E2, disrespect. Yeah, you could play King E2 just to disrespect them back because they play D5 to disrespect you. So you can just go King E2, but you are here looking dumb. Like, after King E2, there's mate on E4. Oh my goodness. Garbage. Okay, let's run that right back. So don't never play King E2 there. So after here, okay, the move is Knight to C3. Right, Knight to C3 hitting the queen. Right, you have Queen D8, which is a usual move. This is there's books out on the Scandi where Queen D8 actually is one of the moves that they play, where it just says, hey, you know, you have an extra tempo with the knight being out, but you know, I'm going to play off of what you do. And a lot of times, in fact, I'm a fan of the Queen D8 or playing against it because literally I get a lot of I get a lot of Carol Khan type positions where I'm basically going for mate very quickly. Bishop D3, Knight F3, castling, or sometimes even Bishop F4, Queen D2, castle, queen side. Bring the rook to E1, rook lift, and just mate you as soon as you castle king side. But Queen A5 is the most common. I see that from Curious Chimpanzee. That is correct. Queen A5, right? Now, after Queen A5, there's a number of moves you can make here, but Anand chose the most principal, which is D4. D4 after D4, Knight to F6, and Knight F3, stuff you see all the time. There is a Bishop G4 option, which could come now or later. E is C6, which literally the queen comes back a lot of times, and you get, you know, after the bishop comes out, you play E6 and etc. White to move, chat. What do you do now? Many ways people have gone here. Many ways. In fact, I used to go 95 here all the time in this position because I learned that from Roman Gingiashvili, right? Of course, like we said before, if you don't know who Roman is, just type in Roman, put DZ, slap the keyboard, literally, push enter, and you will find him. That's exactly how you find him because his last name is ridiculous, and I don't expect you to spell it right ever. Roman DZ, slap the keyboard, put chess after that, enter is going to come right up. 95 actually is what he would play, and then you would play Knight C4 after Queen F3, H3, and Bishop F4, many cases. Pretty cool stuff, pretty cool line that I learned from him. And I used to play it all the time against the Scandi. There's many ways you can play, but this is what Anand did. Let's see if you guys can find it. Bishop D2, and Bishop F4. Bishop D2s are possible. Bishop D3 is possible as well. Like, you see how many moves are here, right? You can play 95. You can play Bishop D3. You can play Bishop D2. You can play Bishop C4. The move I do not recommend is Bishop E2 with Robin Rob, because this one, the bishop wants to be on better diagonals, and this is actually extremely passive, and it does not challenge black at all whatsoever. So the move here, though, is one of the most challenging, is actually a fun one, is bishop to c4. Bishop c4 is what Anand shows here. Now, bishop g4 is a move here. It can happen, but you know, he didn't play this in this game. Bishop g3 can be a move, but that runs into this right here. h3, backing up, g4, bishop g6, knight e5. And it gets like crazy there. But what Lanier chose here was bishop f5. After bishop f5, here's the move, knight e5. He already going for it. Anand says, you about to play this on me? Or you about to play this on me? Are you serious? He was mad. He like, bro, what? I'm about to hit you real hard. So after knight e5, e6. e6 happens. It's on you, chat. Now, we got pieces developed, stuff to do here. You can play a regular move, many of them. Or you can play what Anand did. And what is that? What is the move he played in this position? Can you find it? White to move. What we talking about here? Jack Kern says g4 pog. He said g4. He going straight for it. g4th. We got castles. Surreal29 says g4 castle or bishop d2. g4 from Motivator Mark. g4 from Black Bomber. b4 from Phantom Master Glendrick. Thanks for the follow, Azza. Welcome to the stream. g4, g4, knight takes c6. Power diagnosis. Queen h5. Okay, you know, I'm about to send this around to a bunch of y'all here. You get one. You get one. You get one. Y'all get one. All of y'all get one as well. So Queen h5 is 100% garbage. Blocking with your whole face. 100% Cambodian face blockage. Sheesh. Oh my goodness. What is wrong with him? Yeah, there. It's okay, Swanks. It's okay, right? It's okay. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. Knight takes c6. Same thing. What are you looking at? Are you serious? Wow. Not a move. So that's not it either. And then Phantom Master Glendrick is stay blocking with his face all the time. I can't even believe in why we even considering his move. b4 is 100%. We already know that. So that's not the move. In fact, Queen h5, garbage. b4, garbage. You know, it just doesn't work. Knight takes c6. We're not even going to talk about that one. So here's the move. In fact, a lot of you found it. It was g4. And this is a common thing you do against the Scandi. So you're actually learning right now, not only about the bishop pair, but what to do against the Scandi in certain positions, especially when you face it for my e4 players out there. After g4, there's bishop to g6. What is the follow-up? What is the follow-up, chat? What is the follow-up? Thanks for the follow, Rito, something like that. Thanks for the follow. We got g5 from Tyrus. g5 from Goikin. h4 from Jack Kern. Knight takes g6 from Power Diagnostics. I mean, b4 is more or less before e6, but yeah. Now queen b4 is forced. We have h4 and king e2 garbage. I'm not even going to push the button. Motivator Mark. Can take the bishop. h4 punch the door and pet the board. See, king g5. Oh, that's knight. K is knight. K is king, bro. I think that's what you mean. You mean knight g5? Knight g5 is right here, bro. Knight g5 right here, bro. He says something g6. K g6. K is king and is knight. Just so you know. h4. King d2. King d2. Queen f3. h4. h4. h5. g5. In fact, the best move here in this position is always and forever going to be this right here, chat. h4. h4. This looks crazy. Like, well, where do I put my king? Well, usually you're going this way, right? But h4 and g4 here. Sometimes you don't even castle. Right, so h4 is the move here, provoking an h5. And if black plays h6 or h5 themselves, h6 is 100% garbage. After knight takes, take on e6. I mean, give me everything. I can even play queen d3 first if I like, but e6 is just straight up hanging out here, and you're absolutely looking crazy, right? Bishop takes e6 is the move here, and they play knight b to d7, but you can play queen d3 and just blow this boy open. So if you push the h-pawn at all, taking on g6 is game over. But they're scared here because they're like, oh, snap, my bishop about to get trapped. Right, but then black plays this move, which is very strong, by the way. Knight b to d7. So you're like, oh, snap, I can just play h5. I can just play h5. Well, in fact, chat, what do you do in this position? This is 97. Team Na. By now, black players should already know bishop e4, bishop d5. In fact, Team Na, you can actually, this is a very, like, even though this was 95, there is theory that is played from the 1800s. Think about that. In this day and time, there is still theory played from 1901. Right, so yeah, people know stuff, but that doesn't mean that they play it or they play something different, and it'll also be wrong many times too as well. This is a very, very common position even in this day and time. This still happens. This Scandi position. Laudier left chess business. No, I haven't heard from him, but we'll see. F3, queen e2. What do you think, chat? What do you think? What we doing? All right, knight b to d7. White to move. Bishop f4 is a move. Knight d7 from swings. So he's saying take it. Castling, okay? Queen e2. F3. Ice. Fine, go tripping. F3. Bishop g5 is a move. Bishop g5, okay? Surprisingly, no one has said this move yet, which is h5. h5 actually doesn't work because the knight takes e5. Right, nobody said it, so that's pretty good. You guys saw this. Queen takes, and then king f1, and the bishop just escapes. You can even play rook d8 first. Man, this is getting rough. And then maybe bishop takes c2 afterwards. So h5 is not it. So good job, guys. You did not see h5. In fact, the move here by Anand was knight takes d7. And then after knight takes d7, now we play h5. And then bishop e4, right? So he's saying, yeah, I'm not trapped at all. I'm going to hit your rook right here and see what you do next. Now, I like this move from Anand. Very strong move, by the way. Not even considered by the engine. White to move. What do you do? Bishop e4 is hitting your rook. We obviously can't take due to the pin with the queen on a5. So what would you do? We have castles. f3. Okay. King d7 was also a meta. That's crazy. King d7. f4. Wow, f4. He said f4. Then he said f3. Okay. f3. Rook h3. Rook live factory. Pawn f3. Fine, go having seizures every time. f3. f3. And castles. Okay, so castles is definitely a move, but that's very, very risky, man. That's some scary stuff there. In fact, the move here is rook to h3. Rook h3. Look at that rook lift. That's a strong rook lift. Very 55 head rook lift right there. Rook h3, boy. Wow. Because you could play f3. He's just going to back up, though. That's what he wanted to do. So he said, okay, instead of like forcing you to back up, giving you something you already want to do anyway, I'm just going to make my rook lift up to h3. So yes, my king's probably going to sit on f1. But if you're going to castle this way, my rook's going to end up swinging over here. You see that, Mom? I got it right. Yeah. Phantom Master Kunjik for once. Got it right here. Okay, bishop g2. Bishop g2, which is sort of a strange move, I think, hitting the rook. I mean, it is hitting the rook, but I thought it was pretty strange because the rook wants to not be on h3 anyway. So he goes to rook e3. Then knight b6. Okay, knight b6. Right. We back up to d3 and then knight d5. And you're like, oh, snap. Oh, snap. Wait a second. Yo, this not looking the greatest anymore, right? He hitting my rook. He hitting c3. This doesn't feel that good. But in fact, he about to get in a lot of trouble. What's the move, chat? White to move. Rise from the ashes. Thanks for the follow. What do you do, chat? We got rook e5. Okay. Nifty. Rook e5 from Power Diagnostics. Rook e5 from Ocean Man. OC Sean Man. It look like it's the Ocean Man. OC Sean Man. Rook e6? That's gross. I mean, rook e6 is like, whoa. Yikes. Rook e6? Rook e6. Rook e6. Yikes. Yikes. Bishop d2. f3. Play f3 and get banned from chess.com. Says team not. Bishop d2. Rook e5. Okay, so rook e5 actually doesn't work. It's not like it's super terrible, but it ain't that good. It ain't that good. No, you good, bro. Luckily, you're still here. Bishop d6 is the move. And then your rook looking crazy. You went from H, like, I mean, like, are you playing chess, bro? Like, what is this? You know, look at this rook. Right, rook e5 just, it looks good, but it's not the greatest because it's going to get attacked immediately. But in fact, like Team Not said, you might as well go ahead and get yourself banned. Fine Gold out here tripping about life. Here go the move right here. It's f3. Oh my goodness. Wow. Sheesh. He played f3. Yes, he did in a real game. Right here, he says, take the rook. I dare you to take the rook. Go ahead, take the rook if you want to, big fella. Take it. take it. So he doesn't, but let's see what happens if he does. Takes. Now, and in fact, this is a very crazy move to find. The ancient says bishop a3 and it's equal. Bro, what? Bishop a3 and it's equal? That's some craziness there. But the problem is this bishop's locked in and I have the bishop pair. Pretty nice. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. After f3, it says equal right now. This is how strong this man is, right? Anand was a former world champion. Is still, right? Dumb strong. f3. f3 equal. Equal. I'm like, dang, boy, that's nasty. That's nasty. You said, what's the follow-up? After knight takes c3, bishop a3, you probably could take and then play king f2. Engine says best move is bishop c1, but you also could take. And then if queen takes, you play king f2. And this is hanging. And then after bishop takes, you take with the king. Bro, look at this position. Like, bro, what is this? My king on f3, but I'm up a piece, though. Like, and I got the double ops, like Hikaru says, with the bishops. Like, this is crazy. I like white here, too, absolutely, with the two bishops. King out here going crazy. Like, I mean, it's nuts. But this didn't happen. In fact, Latier was definitely shook up. Like, you know what? I'm not about to take that rook. This is a non. I did play the Scandi. I don't know why I did this. Dang, man. He started thinking about his life choices and stuff. And then he played bishop b4, though. He played bishop b4. And it's like, I'm not about to take that. Like, I'm just not about to let this man, you know, disrespect me like this. Even though he tried to disrespect him playing this Scandinavian. So, after bishop b4, white to move, chat. What do you do? What do you do? Goji said he's seen this before. Bishop b4, what you doing, chat? What you doing? This is getting wild right here. Curious Chimpanzee says king f2. Tyrus with bishop d2. Goji king f2. Kirit king f2. It's getting a little nuts. King f2. Bishop d2 from Real Mama. a3. OC Sean. All right, chat. Here it is. Here's the move. Pretty nice move. He did go king f2. He did put the king on f2, bro. Like, for real. King f2. Hitting the bishop. He said, go ahead, take on c3. So Latier says, okay, I will. Thank you. Appreciate the gumdrop. He takes back. And then queen takes. Your rook's hanging. Hey, hello. Your rook's hanging. Pretty obvious next move here is rook to b1, right? We want to make sure that we get our rook off of danger here, or out of danger. But now, you know, look at this, right? Today's analysis is about what? The bishop pair. We now have the bishop pair. These two bishops are extremely strong, especially with the king in the center. Even though we're down pawn, I think that's what it is, and our king look crazy, and maybe even about to be down in exchange. But with that being said, we got two bishops. Two very strong bishops here, guys. Bishops swipe the board. We control both color complexes. In fact, it feels like we got more than two bishops, because does he even have a bishop here? Like, does he even have a bishop at all here? In this position, I can control this one. If you go this way, I already got the B file open. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. But in fact, Engine says it's like +1 here, right? Okay, after rook b1, here's what Latier plays. Queen takes d4. You know what? Cool. I'm going to just snap another pawn from you. You know, I'm feeling good about this position, right? And now, chat, okay, it's on you. What do you do here? After queen takes d4, what is the move you make now? Queen takes d4 is on the board. What do you do now? Knight c3, queen e1, black can resign. Right, okay, so after queen takes d4, what do we do? What are we doing? My king is always on f2 in the Joe Baba. Yeah, it can be, motivator Mark. A lot of times the king does go to f2 in the Joe Baba London. Bishop to b2. Wow. Curious Chimpanzee with bishop b2. Okay. Queen e2 from Swanks. King g2. Taking. Hey, Rookie one Canty in your derby voice. King takes g2. Queen e1. Queen e2. Bishop b2 is face blockage. Absolutely. Yeah, Jack Kern is 100% right. 100% Cambodian face blockage. Oh my goodness. Sheesh. You just gave me everything. Give me everything. Man, just get this man off the boat. Let's go back. This is a family channel. We can't be watching this. There might be kids watching this right now. So let's not play bishop to b2. Queen e2, absolutely looking crazy out here. You're blocking with your whole face. Knight c3, just give me everything. Sign the score sheet right now. Let's get up out of here. Not a move, right? So knight c3, looking crazy. Okay, don't even work. But the move here, you guys actually found it. was rook takes b7. Sheesh, big boy move, hitting. Says, you know what, knight c3 is not a thing anymore. And you know, rook takes b7 is kind of nice. If castles happens, I mean, come on now. Come on now. Right? Tactics win games. So rook takes b7. Very nice move. The follow-up was rook to d8. Okay, rook to d8. Just putting some pressure here on the file like this. And then after this was a very strong move by Anand. Let's see if you can find it, guys. And actually, it's the third best move on the engine. Dang, move number 1 is crazy. Move number 2 makes pretty good sense. He made move number 3 in this position. It is white to move. What do you play now? After rook to d8, what's that position we're looking for, chat? What do we do next? Rook e6. Okay. Rook e6. Okay. Rook e6. Okay. Rook e6. Rook e6. You're garbage. That's not it. You can't even move it. Are you looking at the same board? Wow. You can't even move this, bro. What is you talking about? What is he talking about? Rook e6. Can't even move it. Try again. Queen e1. Rook takes f7. Bishop a3. Okay. Okay. a3 at some point. All right. All right. It doesn't work. We can't go rook e6, guys. Here's the move. Nobody saw it. Nobody said it here. h6. Oh my goodness. Jeez. Bro, he played h6 because he said, yo, if you're going to castle this way at some point, I want to open this up. I also got the double ops, meaning the bishops. Like Hikaru says, the bishop is about to open up. So if you play g6, well, you out here looking crazy, right? And first, I'm going to hit you, hit you here, right? Bishop takes g6. Oh my goodness. Wait, your queen's hanging. Oh, wait a second. Wow. Hit him. Hit him. Oh my goodness. Wow. Bishops. The double bishops. Filthy, right? That didn't happen. That did not happen. Right? That didn't happen. But it shows you the power of the bishop pair. The power of the bishop pair. So g6 didn't happen at all. I mean, g6 is such a beautiful like sequence after bishop takes because I have both the bishops. So instead, after h6, he said, okay, you know what? Cool, I'm going to take it then. I'm about to just take it, right? Since you want to get all crazy here, big fella, we're about to just take it, says Ladier. And then here it go right here. It's white to move. We got the bishop pair. What do you do now, chat? What do you do now? I can see none of that. It's bedtime. Watch this back on YouTube 1,000 times, Samson. The rook is immortal. Yeah. Right. Okay, it's white to move, chat. It's white to move. What do you do in this position? G takes h6 was the last move here. It's about to get nuts. What do you do? Bishop b2, rook f7, bishop g6. Rook f7, bishop g6. Wait, somebody said rook f7? Bishop b2. Rook takes f7. Okay. Bishop g6, king takes g2. Bishop g6, go, go. Queen e2, c3, c3. Okay, c3, that's a move. Queen e1. Hey, y'all ready for this? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Here it go, here it go, here it go. So we've already seen it, right? Bishop g6. Wow. Wow. Sheesh. Oh my goodness. Wow. This was over the board, bro. Bishop g6. Imagine seeing this in your game. Imagine he played this and hit the clock and then just stare at you. I'm about to just stare at you so hard, bro. Like, wow. The queen hanging. The bishop's hanging, all because I have two bishops. If I didn't have this dark square bishop, this combo might not work. But because I have the double ops, the two bishops here, I'm ready to work, right? I'm ready to work. And of course, the sequence goes, if queen takes d1, rook takes e6, beautiful, right? King f8 trying to sidestep me. Well, I can go here, which is a nasty mate. And then king g8, oh man, this is gross. Absolutely disgusting. You play that and get up and leave. Absolutely, right? And you can write, you know, on his score sheet, or like, you know, hey bro, whisper, hey bro, you are garbage. Yes, sir. So because this is a wrap, like You know, it's over. Bishop G6 is absolutely beautiful. So a lot of you saw this and said 97. All right, chat. Who can finish it? Who can finish it out? A few more moves left. Who can finish this out? What you got? Who can finish this out? What you got? Jack, yeah, I know. Crazy. Take the queen. Okay. Yeah, this is looking crazy. There's so much going on, right? Queen's hanging, bishop out here, king on f2, bishop on g2. It's like, yo, you just threw this position together, it looks like. Bishop a3, bishop b2, king to g3. We got c3. We have king g2. A lot of times when you have positions like this, the best thing to do is actually liquidating, getting rid of all the stuff and making it very clear to you so that you don't mess this up. Rook takes e6 for motivated mark. Hey, let me just hit you with this. Hold this. You can't even move your rook right now, okay? Just so you know. You can't even move your rook, right? Don't do it. But queen takes d4, though, is the move. Absolutely. Queen takes d4, trades, it liquidates, it makes things easier to see on the board. So forcing move, because now he has to take back. At the very least, we could play probably something like bishop to b2 here. When you find a good move, you look for a better one. What do you have here, chat? And actually, he found the best move here. Anon is obviously dumb strong, but he found the best move in this position with white. What do you think that is? The best move. Move number one, he found it. What is it? Okay, we got rook b8, bishop takes f7. Rook b8, bishop a3s. So let's go. Bishop h5. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Bishop h5. There's so many moves here you can make. So many moves. In fact, let's go for move number 3. Move number 3 from the engine is rook takes e6. Move number 2 is actually bishop h5, but that just ain't going right. Nobody's playing bishop h5, bro. Like, nobody's playing bishop h5. But move number 1, though, is rook to d3. This is what he played, rook to d3, making everything very clear now. Remember, we talked about liquidation. Sometimes all these tactics happen, and then after all these tactics happen, then you have to liquidate and make stuff very easy and simple for you to do so you don't give your opponent tactics back. And rook to d3 was the strongest move on the engine. After rook to d3, the problem here is after rook takes d3, bishop takes d3. Right now, this bishop's trapped in here. The bishop's here. I got rook b8. Oh, my goodness. Your king never got out the center. So, actually, he played rook to d8. After rook to d8, rook takes, king takes. And the final move here that ended it all here, guys, is what? Chat, what do you think it is? It's something simple, too. What do you think it is? A very simple move here. Nothing crazy. Nothing ridiculous. It's just simple. And simple is the way. Simple is the way. Rook b8 now. From Curious Chimpanzee. Nice piece harmony from Mustachiola. Bishop a3. Bishop a3 is definitely a move. Definitely a move, chat. Bishop takes h6. That's a move too as well. That's a move as well. Now he did move number 3 here on the engine. Move number 3. Move number 3. Move number 1. There we go. Bragi 92. Bishop takes f7 is move number 1. That's probably what I would have chose too, just like taking a bishop. But maybe there's a rook f8 he didn't like, so he didn't take here. Move number 2 is rook b8. Move number 3 is what he played, which is bishop d3. Yo, just back that boy up. Your bishop trapped. I'm about to take on h6. Your king in the center. Rook b8 at any time I want. Bishop b2, bishop e3. I can keep drawing arrows, okay? I can keep doing it here. And this is a rapster, right? Never in your life played a Scandinavian against a non again. Okay, never, ever, ever. And he, he probably never faced a Scandinavian again, a non. After people saw this game, yeah, you don't play the Scandi on him, right? Maybe not on him, but after bishop takes after bishop to d3, he resigned. That's it. Game over. He said game blouses. Right? Dave Chappelle. Game blouses. Yeah, the game's over. It's a wrap. It's over. It's over. He resigned here. He resigned because there's nothing to do. Your bishop looks terrible. You can go bishop h3 and then I can just go king g3 at the very least. Or I could just leave him here. Just leave him here. But king g3 is move number 2. You could play bishop b2 as well. You can even play rook b8 takes or try to trade or anything. Anything here. He got absolutely crushed. Right, let's see it from the jump one more time from the beginning. d4, d5, knight c3s. d4, knight f3, bishop c4, knight e5. Now, you see how the bishop pair got very active. when you have bishops, bishops want to actually be open and open positions, and you know, just no pawns in the way and not be blocked like this bishop was here. So I mean, this move right here was a star move to me. I think this is one you don't see often, is rook to h3, rook lifting and gifting an L, right? So rook to e3, very nice move. Knight b6, bishop back to d3, knight in, and instead of moving the rook like most people would do, you play f3, lock that boy in here. You ain't going nowhere. Bishop b4, king f2, snap, snap, snaps, rook hanging, he moves it. Rook b1, oh, okay, feels like you got something. You ain't got nothing. Rook takes, can't castle, bishop takes h7, send him to heaven. Queen takes d4, oh my goodness. Rook d8, and then he played h6. Beautiful move. Beautiful move, because that whole combo is now about to get nasty with bishop g6. So he takes, bishop g6 anyway. Again, that nasty mate is there. Knight e7. Snap those. Trade them all off, right? Because you made it simple, because now your pieces look absolutely garbage. There is no harmony in between your pieces, and it's a rapster. Bishop h3, or actually that didn't happen. Bishop d3 was the last move, and Scandinavian went into the trash here. Absolutely, from Anon. As Anon finishes this game with a 100%. This game is, if you ever play this again. So that's a wrap. Hopefully you guys learned something today about the bishop pair and how to use them. In fact, he didn't even move this bishop. But the scope, right? They say the threat is stronger than the execution, right? Here, this is a big way of doing it, because this bishop is doing everything, right? What year was this game? This was 97, right? This was 1997. He was doing this back in 97, right? I mean, peeling back heads, telling people that they in 97. You know what I'm saying? Like crazy. Crazy game from Anon here. Hope you learned something about the bishop pair today. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already for more content, and I'm going to see you guys on the next video.